In this video, you will learn how to set up your ICD buttons in Precizion. This will create a list of your most commonly used ICDs organized in a way that makes sense for you. You will also learn how to add or delete ICD codes from the master list. Before a provider can treat a patient, they need to set up their ICD codes. To access the ICD codes section, click on the administration icon on the main window. Select the ICD codes button, which will open the ICD code window. At the top of the window is a drop-down menu to select the user. Each user may have different ICD button configurations in Precizion. Beneath the user drop-down is the category list box. To the right of the category list box are the ICD buttons, which are currently blank. The bottom of the screen is the master list of ICD code. The first thing to do when configuring your ICD buttons is to make sure you have the correct user selected from the drop-down menu. You can now add your first category. To add a category, click the Add Category button. The Add ICD button group window will open. Type in the category name and select the Save button. Your category is now displayed on the list. Repeat the process until you have entered all the categories you wish to have. The categories listed in this video are just an example. You may set up your categories any way you like. You may choose to set them up by body area, subluxation or pain-based, or neuromuscular, for example. You may like your categories based on payers, so you may have a Medicare category or a Blue Cross category, so you know the appropriate diagnoses are applied for the best reimbursement. Other providers may set up their categories by the patient's condition, so their categories may be lower back pain, migraines, fibromyalgia, or TMJ. Organizing your ICD categories is very personal and there is no wrong way. If after you enter your categories you decide you would like them to display in a different order, simply select the category from the list and use the arrows to the left to move the category up or down in the list. If you notice you have misspelled something or want to change the name of a category, select it from the list and select the Edit Category button. Make your desired changes, then select the Save button. To delete a category from the list, select the category you wish to remove, then select the Delete Category button. A Confirm Deletion window will open. To select the category, select the OK button. To cancel the deletion, select the Cancel button. You must create your categories before you can assign buttons to them. Now that we have our categories, we can start assigning buttons. The first thing we need to do is search for a code to link to a button. There are two ways to search for a code, by number or by description. If you know the number of the code, type the number in the code field. The master list will be filtered with each digit you enter until the code you entered will be the only code displayed on the screen. The second way to search for a code is by the description. Be sure to clear the number from the code field. As you type in the description, the list will filter to only those codes that contain the matching text. To link the code to a button, select it. Hold down the left mouse button and drag it to the desired button. When you release the mouse button, the Text for Button window will open. You can see that the code and the description are displayed. This code is too long to be displayed on the button, so it will need to be abbreviated. When you are abbreviating the button, you can see exactly how the text will look. Any reports will have the full text that is linked to the code. The abbreviated text will only show on the button. It is recommended that you leave the code on the top line and the description on the 2 lines below. This keeps a clean and organized look to your button structure and makes it easy for the staff and providers to know which codes they are actually assigning to the patient. Once you have abbreviated the text and are happy with the way the button is displayed, select the Save button. If you don't like how the text is displayed on the button, simply drag the code over the button again and make the desired changes. The code is now linked to that button. If you decide you would like that code on a different button, simply select the button, holding down the left mouse button and drag it to the button you would like to move it to. Each page for the ICD contains 13 buttons. Click on the green arrow to get another page of 13 buttons. The Search Codes button is inactive in this window. However, when you are treating a patient, the button will be active. It will allow you to search the entire master list of ICD codes and add that ICD code to the patient without having to create a button for it. To delete a button, right-click on the button and select Delete. a Confirm Delete window will open. Select OK to delete the button, or Cancel if you do not wish for the button to be deleted. If when you search for a code you do not like the description, you can add that code again with a custom description. For example, 839.00, subluxation due to injury, cervical vertebra region unspecified. I may want to remove the due to injury portion of the description. Precizion does not allow you to edit codes, but you can add the ICD again and enter the description you wish that code to have. Select the Add ICD button on the lower right side of the window. This will allow you to add a new ICD code and description into the master ICD code list. The ICD window will open. Enter the code and description you would like and select the Save button. Remember, enter the description exactly how you wish it to display on the reports. The new ICD code and description are now displayed on the list. You may now drag the new code to a button. Only use the Delete ICD button to delete codes you have entered into Precizion. It is recommended to leave the master list alone. That way you have a larger list available to you if a patient comes in your office with a unique diagnosis. You will be able to click the Search Codes button during the appointment and access the entire ICD master list. As stated earlier, each user in Precizion can have their own button structure. Users in Precizion can also share the same button structure. If another user would like to have the same button structure, select Copy Button Structure at the top of the window. The Copy Button Structure window will open. The first drop-down is the user to copy the button structure from. Select the user from the list. Make sure you have the correct user selected here that has the button structure you wish to copy to another user. When you are copying over the button structures, you are copying over all buttons and categories. This is a complete overwrite, which means the user selected in the second drop-down menu will get an exact copy of all categories and all buttons of the user selected in the first drop-down menu. If the second user has any buttons or categories already set up in the system, they will lose those entries. When you have verified that the user to copy from and the user to copy to are correct, select the Save button. To verify the button structure was successfully copied, select the user you copied the button structure to from the drop-down menu. They will have an exact duplicate structure as the other user's categories and buttons. To exit the ICD code window, click the black X at the top right of the screen, which will take you back to the administration window. This concludes the video on how to set up ICD codes in Precizion.